David Allenson.
Number 4 is Warren Joyce. Number 5 is Mark Kay. Number 6 is Julian Darby. Number 7 is Mark Gavin. 8 is Steve Thompson. 9 is Steve Elliott. 10 is Tony Colwell. 11 is Jimmy Phillips. The Bolton substitute this evening is George Garney.
He is dead. Sorry, it's here, love. Do you want it? He won't tell you. He'll not be here. He will. He'll not be here for nothing.
This evening, match mascot, Jack King and Andrew Attend.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Springfield Park, Wigan, the home of Wigan Athletic, for tonight's game against Bolton Wanderers in this League Division 3 encounter. And the squads are as follows: Wigan Athletic, in goal, Roy Tunks. Number 2, John Butler. Number 3, Hilditch. Number 4, Hamilton. Number 5, Alex Cribley. Number 6, Paul Beasley. Number 7, David Lowe. Number 8, Chris Thompson. Number 9, Paul Jewell. Number 10, Houston. Number 11, P. Cook. Number 12, Barry Knowles. And Bolton Wanderers squads are as follows: in goal, Mike Salmon. Number 2, Phil Neal. Number 3, Mark Winstanley. Number 4, Warren Joyce. Number 5, Mark Kane. Number 6, Julian Darby. Number 7, Mark Gavin. Number 8, Steve Thompson. Number 9, Steve Elliott. Number 10, Tony Colwell. Number 11, Jimmy Phillips, and Bolton's sub, George Garney. And tonight's match referee is Mr. David Allison, and the linesmen are A. Bennett, red trim, and J. Blakemore, yellow trim. All right, that's Nat's son. Sat at side, a good tennis player, Jeffrey.
Let's do our match mascot, young Andrew King, a big round of applause as he leads the field. Big round for him. Hope you enjoy
There's
that.
not as many here as I saw, there doesn't appear to be, but there's plenty of Boltoners here, isn't there? All them are Boltoners. Yeah, that's right, yeah. He was assistant here last year. So he should know that up, really. That's right. And it's Bolton to kick off now. With Elliott and Colwell up front. And here we go. So it's Phillips banging the ball forward, trying to find Gavin, but it goes into touch, and it's a throw to Wigan, just inside the Wigan half. And it's Butler for Wigan now with the throw. Back to Beasley. Beasley puts the ball back to Tunks in the Wigan goal. And it's a long kick from Tunks, just inside the Bolton half, heading back by Winstanley. But got back upfield with a long kick by Butler. And it's a bad header there from Bolton number 6, Julian Darby, which put Salmon under some pressure there. But Salmon's retrieved the ball now and the dangerous pass. So it's a long kick upfield from Salmon now. And Colwell is fouled there by Wigan centre half, Alex Cribley. So there's a foul by Cribley on Colwell. So it's a free kick to Bolton, just inside the Wigan half. So it's Warren Joyce to take the kick for Bolton. Joyce gets the ball forward. And it's headed back by Cribley. But Joyce has it in. And Neil trying to find Warren Joyce. And the ball's knocked into touch, and a throw to Bolton by David Lowe. So it's a throw for Bolton, and it's Phil Neal with the throw. And it's Phillips, tries to get one in. The ball breaks to David Lowe. And it's Houston on the break for Wigan now. Houston bringing the ball away for Wigan and gets the ball to Lowe. But a good tackle there, a very good tackle. It's into touch and a throw into Wigan over on the far side of the field. So it's Ilditch on the ball now for Wigan. And Winstanley getting the ball clear, and it's Thompson now. Thompson with a good ball for Colwell, but a good interception there by Wigan number 4, Hamilton, putting the ball into touch. There's a throw for Bolton, and Colwell in possession now. But Wigan back in possession with Paul Jewell trying to get the ball forward. But Mark Kane went in a little bit heavy there, and a bit of a foul. And there's a foul on Paul Jewell, so it's a free kick to Wigan, but midway inside the Bolton half. So the kick's taken quickly, and it's Cribley getting the ball forward for Wigan. Intercepted. I was going to say intercepted nicely by Salmon, but Salmon chose to punch. And it's Cook, number 11, Cook for Wigan. Intercepted nicely by Phil Neal, and the ball's into touch for a throw to Wigan down near the corner flag. So offside, and it's a free kick to Bolton over on this side of the field. So Phil Neal to take the kick for Bolton. Phil Neal with a long ball, headed on by Elliott. Good header, trying to find Colwell, but Wigan number 5, Cribley, got the ball back to Tunks in the Wigan goal. So Roy Tunks brings the ball to the edge of his area and pumps one upfield. Headed back by Mark Kane. Warren Joyce in possession for Bolton now. Across to Phil Neal. Phil Neal banging the ball forward, trying to find Colwell, but it's intercepted, and it's Hamilton. Hamilton trying to get the ball forward for Wigan, but it's intercepted by Neal, and the ball is with Phillips. Phillips trying to get the ball forward to Gavin, but it's tidied up at the back there by Butler for Wigan. So it's Tunks. Tunks getting the ball forward, but Phil Neal in with a good header to Colwell. Thompson with a good ball, but Elliott caught offside and a free kick to Wigan, but nevertheless, good move. So it's a free kick to Wigan for offside. Referee wanting the ball taken back to the correct spot. So it's Beasley with the kick for Wigan. Paul Beasley with the kick for Wigan. Pumping the ball forward. But Phil Neal got in with a nice header and finds Thompson. Thompson gets it back to Neal, but unfortunately Phil Neal can only knock it into touch, and it's a throw into Wigan, halfway inside the Bolton half. It's Hamilton with the throw now to Beasley. Beasley getting the ball forward. Heading clear by Darby to Joyce. Yes, and Warren Joyce fouled there, so a free kick to Bolton. So Neal back to Salmon. So Mike Salmon in the Bolton goal with a good kick upfield, a long kick, intercepted by Butler for Wigan. The ball breaks to Houston, and it goes into touch off the Bolton, off Colwell, and it's a throw into Wigan, quickly taken. And Cribley getting the ball forward for Wigan, headed on by Thompson, the ex-Bolton player, and it's Joyce getting the ball for Bolton to Colwell. But Wigan, Thompson trying to get things moving again for Wigan. But Darby, yes, Darby heading the ball back to Salmon, and a bad foul there by the Wigan player coming in on Bolton keeper Salmon. A terrible foul there by number 7, David Lowe, and the referee speaking to him. But he hasn't booted him, he's only spoken to him. So it's a free kick to Bolton. Yes. So the free kick's quickly taken to Derby, and Derby puts it back to Salmon. So Mike Salmon gets the ball upfield. Headed back with a good header by Beasley, but intercepted by Warren Joyce, and a good ball to Jimmy Phillips. Jimmy Phillips coming clear back to Joyce. But a good tackle there by Butler, the Wigan full-back. And it's a throw into Bolton, quickly taken. The ball's got to Gavin. So Gavin gets it to Joyce. Elliott. Thompson trying a shot, and not far off the mark. A very good shot, bringing Roy Tunks down to his knees. So Wigan on the break now. And it's David Lowe, but Julian Derby intercepting for Bolton, knocking the ball into touch. So it's a throw into Wigan, deep inside the Bolton half. And it's Hamilton to take the throw for Wigan. And he takes it quickly, intercepted by Bolton, by Warren Joyce. Thompson, yes, nice break there by Thompson. Thompson gets the ball forward for Elliott. Elliott knocks it on, but Elliott's fouled. Free kick, Paul Beasley who was the offender there. So it's a free kick to Bolton, midway inside the Wigan half. So Phil Neal takes the ball quickly, gets it to Gavin. Gavin puts the ball back to Neal. Neal tries to find Gavin, but it comes back to Neal. He gets it back inside. And it breaks to Paul Jewell for Wigan. Still Jewell. Jewell holding the ball. Paul Jewell trying to go on his own, but gets a good ball out wide. He gets the ball to Houston. Houston coming forward for Wigan now. He gets it through to Jewell. Offside. David Lowe offside, but nevertheless a good move by Wigan there. So it's a free kick to Bolton on the edge of the Bolton penalty area. And the ball goes back from Kame to Salmon. Mark Kame taking the kick quickly, getting it back to Salmon. And Salmon gets a long ball upfield. Headed on by Elliott. But Wigan getting the ball forward again. Only as far as Derby. Elliott. And Hamilton knocking the ball forward for Wigan. But intercepted nicely by Thompson. Trying to find Gavin, but the ball's too hard for Gavin and goes into touch. So it's a throw to Wigan. And Hamilton with the throw, getting the ball back to Beasley. Beasley getting the ball right across to the other side to Butler. Butler getting the ball wide. A good move there to Hilditch. Hilditch trying to get the ball forward, but it's intercepted by Phillips, who knocked a long ball too far forward. Beat everyone. Phil Neal with a good header there for Bolton. Hamilton getting the ball back to Roy Tunks in the Wigan goal. And a good kick upfield by Tunks. Intercepted by Mark Kame to Thompson. To Elliott, to Colwell. To Phillips. And Thompson gets the ball to Phil Neal. Phil Neal getting the ball forward, but it's not a good ball to Colwell. But it's intercepted, tied it up nicely by Thompson, lets it to Gavin. Phillips gets it forward, but it's not a good ball. It's intercepted by Beasley for Wigan and knocks the ball back to Tunks. So Tunks bumping the ball forward again for Wigan. Phil Neal intercepting, and the ball breaks to Gavin. Back to Neal. Neal puts it in touch, and it's a throw to Wigan. About halfway inside their own half. And it's Hamilton with the throw for Wigan. Getting the ball back to Beasley. And Beasley gets it across the park to Cribley. Cribley gets the ball forward, looking for Jewell, intercepted by Mark Kane. And Ilditch gets the ball forward for Wigan, intercepted by Winstanley. But it's back with Wigan again now, and Wigan knocking the ball forward, but it beats everybody, too far forward, too deep. And a goal kick to Bolton. And it's Salmon with the goal kick now, banging the ball forward for Bolton. And it's intercepted by Butler for Wigan. He gets the ball to Cribley. He gets the ball across. And Phil Neal intercepting for Bolton to Gavin, to Thompson. Thompson trying to get Elliott forward, but Elliott is adjudged to have pushed, so it's a free kick to Wigan. A foul on Cribley, so the ball's taken quickly. The ball's put out wide. And it comes to David Lowe. David Lowe puts a good ball to Hamilton, and Hamilton takes it quickly down to Cook. So Paul Cook trying to take on Neil, but Neil intercepting, and the ball's with Gavin. To Colwell. Colwell can't hold it, and the ball breaks to Beasley. He gets the ball right across the other side to Butler. But Butler was a bit lucky to get the ball back there. And a free kick, foul on Butler. Referee wanting a word there with young Mark Winstanley, as a judge to have gone into harshly. So it's a free kick to Wigan. Butler takes it quickly. He gets the ball out wide. Ball's floated in and got clear by Mark Kane. But the ball floats back into safety, and Salmon in the Bolton goal. Collects the ball safely. Another big following of Bolton supporters here tonight. And it's Salmon with the kick from the edge of the area. And the ball's knocked over the far side, and it's kept in there, kept in nicely by Houston, who gets the ball back to Butler, who in turn gets it back to Tunks in the Wigan goal. And he gets a long kick forward. But Mark Kane winning the ball from David Lowe. And referee says free kick. Referee wanting a word. Referee seems to be getting the... No, it's Elliott having some treatment. Yes, and Elliott's leaving the field now for some attention. Probably needs a stitch in the eye or something. But he's going off for some treatment. So Bolton down to 10 men momentarily. And the ball's not forward by Wigan. Back to Cribley, who gets the ball forward. And Wigan driving the ball in. And it's over the crossbar and to safety for Bolton. But a good move there by Wigan, trying to catch Bolton while they're down to 10 men. So it's Bolton keeper Salmon to take the goal kick. The ball's not forward, intercepted by Wigan, not forward. And Julian Darby in well there. But referee says free kick. So it's Chris Thompson getting the kick for Wigan, getting across to Houston, and Butler getting the ball forward to Lowe. Warren Joyce intercepting for Bolton, but only knocking it into touch. So a throw into Wigan, just inside the Bolton half. So it's Butler with the throw for Wigan. To Ilditch, he gets the ball across to Hamilton. Hamilton puts it back to number 5 Cribley, who gets it through to Thompson. Thompson tries to take on the defence, and Thompson puts the ball back to Cook, but Cook makes a complete ash of it, and the ball goes behind and to safety for Bolton. From a good position though, with a chance of getting across, he made a complete boo-boo. So it's a goal kick to Bolton. Salmon getting the ball forward for Bolton. Headed on by Caldwell, trying to find Gavin, but the header beat everyone and went into touch, so it's a throw to Wigan. Hamilton now getting the ball back to Beasley. Beasley getting it across to Cribbley. Cribbley getting the ball forward to Lowe. Lowe knocking it back for number 9 Jewel. Jewel heads it inside with a good header for number 8 Thompson, but intercepted nicely there by Phil Neal and knocked to safety for a Wigan throw. Good bit of defending there, so it's Butler with the throw for Wigan. And the ball's across to Cribbley. Cribbley knocking the ball forward for David Lowe, chasing for Wigan. Getting it, trying to get it back to Cook, but it's intercepted by Neal and knocked into touch. So it's a Wigan throw down near the Bolton corner flag. So David Hamilton taking the throw for Wigan. Caldwell in quickly. Oh, the ball breaking to Wigan, and Mike Salmon going down bravely there at the feet of the Wigan forward, Houston, making a good save. Salmon knocking the ball upfield. The good kick, looking for Caldwell. But it breaks only as far as Phil Neal. And Phil Neal puts the ball back to safety, puts it back to Salmon. So Mike Salmon knocking the ball forward once again for Bolton. Yes, and a foul by Cribbley on Bolton number 10 Caldwell. So it's a free kick about just halfway inside the Wigan half, and Warren Joyce preparing to take the kick for Bolton. Joyce gets it across to Neal quickly. Neal tries to pick out Gavin, but knocks the ball. Gavin chases, tries to keep it in, keeps it in, but it runs into touch. Played the ball a bit too soon for Gavin. Oh, Gavin wasn't quite ready, one of the two. Anyway, couldn't quite get it. So it's Tunks now with a goal kick for Wigan. Intercepted by Derby. Thompson. But Wigan in possession now. Neal. Paul Jewell. Mark Kame. And number 3, Hilditch, getting involved. But the ball breaks and it's with Wigan number 4, Hamilton, who gets the ball back to Tunks. So Tunks getting the ball forward. Mark Kame going in well. It's back to Hamilton. Game swinging now, but Phil Neal claiming for offside, and Chris Thompson getting behind him there with everybody appealing for offside. Thompson ran through, and it's Paul Cook getting in a good cross for Wigan. Headed behind there by Julian Darby, and it's the first corner of the night to Wigan down at this side of the field. Julian Darby clearing the danger for Bolton there with a good header. So the corner's quickly taken by Wigan, and it's Cook now getting the ball across for Wigan. But a good save by Salmon, and it's ball brought to Butler. Butler for Wigan. Trying a shot, which went wide and went nowhere. So it's a goal kick.
Docu have just gone out then.
Has he just gone out? Probably needs stitches. So Bolton still down to 10 men, with Elliott needing some sort of attention. So Salmon getting the kick forward, and the ball's headed on, and it's got back by Thompson for Wigan. The ball's knocked upfield by Mark Winstanley. Intercepted by Hamilton, and the ball comes to Cook. Cook floating one inside. And David Lowe taking him out, but getting a good crossing, but Mark Salmon in the right place at the right time and dealt with it easily. So it's Salmon kicking the ball from his arms, kicking the ball forward, intercepted by Cook, only as far as Neal. Neal knocks it back, but Cook has it again. Thompson going for it, but Thompson's fouled Cook. So it's a free kick to Wigan, just inside the Bolton half. And it's Hamilton knocking the ball forward for Wigan, intercepted by Derby. But the referee says Derby fouled Jewell. Free kick to Wigan. Tonight's match referee, Mr. David Allison. It's a free kick to Wigan now, just outside of the Bolton penalty area. And we have Thompson and Cook together here now. But Thompson leaves it and it looks like it's going to be Cook. No, Thompson's coming back. Yes, Cook floated one in. It's a no one, only Salmon. Bit of a wasted ball, that. So, Salmon with a good kick forward. In goes Colwell, gets the ball to Thompson. Thompson breaking for Bolton, but Wigan getting the ball clear with Beasley. And the ball's knocked all the way back to Roy Tunks in the Wigan goal. So Tunks knocking the ball forward. Headed back by Mark Kane for Bolton to Colwell. Colwell getting the ball to Jimmy Phillips. Phillips putting it back to Julian Darby. Darby getting a good ball forward, looking for Gavin. But it's intercepted there by Wigan. Thompson in quickly. Back to Gavin. Gavin trying to go round the outside, but it's tidied up at the back there by Beasley. And Wigan trying to break again with the ball with Hamilton. Hamilton knocking it forward to Paul Jewell. Paul Jewell putting a good ball out wide. And it's balls with Jewell again. Oh, but Paul Jewell from a good position with no one near him spooned the ball over the bar when he'd only the goalkeeper to beat. Good chance wasted there for Wigan. And a lucky let off for Bolton. Paul Jewell in acres of space there with only the goalkeeper to beat. Didn't even get his shot on target. So Salmon getting the ball forward for Bolton now from the goal kick. And it's a foul by Wigan centre half on Colwell. Cribley foul Colwell. So the kick's taken quickly. Joyce gets it out to Phillips. To Gavin, gets it back to Phillips. Across to Joyce, knocks it forward to Colwell. Colwell tries to feed it through, but it comes back to Joyce. Joyce knocks it back to Neil. And Phil Neal being cautious, understandably, knocks it all the way back to Mike Salmon in the Bolton goal. So Salmon bangs it forward now. And Colwell, this time the referee says foul. Colwell fouled the Wigan player, so it's a free kick to Wigan. Foul on Beasley by Colwell. So Beasley takes the kick himself and gets it to Cribley. Cribley gets the ball out wide to Cook. Cook knocking the ball in, but Kame getting it clear for Bolton to Gavin. Gavin switched wings here now, he's on the opposite wing. Getting it to Mark Kame, and Mark Kame putting it back to Salmon. But, oh dear me, Mark Kame panicked a bit there under pressure, and it wasn't a good pass. But to the applause of the Bolton supporters, it looks like Steve Elliott's back on the field now after having some treatment. Trying to get the attention of the referee. As the ball is out of play, I can't see any reason why the ref doesn't take any notice, but the ref doesn't appear to be bothered at the moment. Yes, Elliott's now back in the fray for Bolton. So Bolton back to 11 men now, back to full strength. And it's a corner for Wigan now on the far side of the field. The ball's floated in, and it's Ilditch knocks it in now for Wigan. And Wigan number 10, Houston, heading over the bar from a good position. So it's a goal kick to Bolton. So Bolton back to full strength now. So Salmon getting the ball forward for Bolton. Colwell going in. And Hamilton getting it clear for Wigan. Trying to find Jewell, but tidied up by Darby to Neil. To Colwell, to Elliott. Elliott with a good ball to Gavin. Now Gavin coming clear for Bolton now with Thompson in attendance. But Gavin chooses for a long ball to Phillips, and what a good ball. Oh, what a good effort, what a good ball and what a good effort. Narrowly wide there, Jimmy Phillips seeming in unnoticed on the far side of the field there. But good play there by Gavin and a good shot by Phillips. Narrowly wide. So it's a goal kick to Wigan. That's a goal kick now by Tunks. And Kame going in well, but Mark Kame as a judge to a foul, so foul on low. It's a free kick to Wigan, just inside the Bolton half. And it's Cribbley now getting the kick for Wigan to Ilditch. Colwell banging the ball, trying to get it forward. It gets a deflection, but Hamilton tidying up, knocking the ball back to Tunks and the Wigan goal. Tunks pumping one forward now. Mark Kame going in well, and the ball breaks to Gavin. Gavin feeds it to Thompson. Thompson, oh yes, played well there, Thompson. Good ball, back to Neil. Neil gets it forward. And it's intercepted by Cribbley for Wigan. But Gavin's in nicely. Gavin picks it up lovely, tries to get the ball across to Phillips, but unfortunately it's intercepted with a good interception by Wigan number 10, Houston. But he brings the ball away and gets it to Butler. Butler gets it to Thompson, but Thompson makes a hash of it, and it's Thompson for Bolton getting the ball to Gavin. To Phillips. Phillips trying a long-range shot, and it breaks off the Wigan defender, and Elliott going for the ball, trying to let it run for the corner, but unfortunately it didn't do, and it's low for Wigan with a good ball out wide here to Cook coming forward, getting the ball inside to Hamilton knocking it, but it's intercepted nicely by Mark Kame for Bolton. Game opening up a bit now, but a good tackle by Gavin. A good ball to Phillips. Colwell for Bolton. Tony Colwell with Warren Joyce out wide. Colwell going for a shot, and ball goes wide, and it's a goal kick to Wigan. So it's a long kick upfield now from Roy Tunks. Julian Darby going for the ball, but it breaks to Phil Neal, knocks it forward to Colwell. Tony Colwell going wide, but unfortunately loses possession of the ball, and it goes into touch and a throw to Wigan. And Hamilton with the throw for Wigan now, getting the ball back to Beasley. And with two Thompsons on the field. Chris, of course, being the Wigan player, of course, spent some time at Bolton as well as Blackburn. Now our very own Steve Thompson, who's on the field tonight. Steve Thompson being number 8 also. So it's Wigan now with Ilditch getting the ball out wide to Butler. Butler knocking it forward, looking for Lowe, but Paul Jewell intercepting for Wigan. Jewell getting round. Yes, Jewell getting round Julian Darby there, but it's intercepted by Elliott for Bolton. It goes as far as Butler. So it's Wigan. Jewell foul there by, I think it was Winstanley. Yes. Julian Darby committed the offence there. So it's a free kick to Wigan, midway inside the Bolton half. So Wigan float the ball in and they find number 7 Lowe, and ball goes to safety, it goes wide, and a goal kick to Bolton. "30 minutes of this game gone now, and an exciting tussle of this local derby." So the ball's knocked forward by Salmon, intercepted by Wigan number 6, Beasley. Ball's knocked forward for Lowe, but it's intercepted by Bolton and knocked back with Tony Colwell chasing the ball with Beasley in attendance. But the ball goes into touch and it's a throw into Bolton, with number 8 Thompson for Bolton with the throw. He gets it to Neil. Neil knocks it on to Chris Thompson for Wigan, and it's into touch, another throw to Bolton. So Neil takes it quickly, finding Elliott and Steve Thompson both getting one another's way there, and the ball's fired quickly across to Wigan number 7, but it's intercepted nicely there by young Mark Winstanley. He made a good timely tackle and got the ball into touch. So it's a throw to Wigan on the far side of the field. So it's Wigan number 5 now, Cribbley. Cribbley bringing the ball forward for Wigan. To Jewell. to Hilditch, and it's Wigan. Jewell trying to find Thompson, but it's intercepted by Steve Thompson for Bolton. Gets the ball to Elliott. Elliott gets it inside to our Thompson again, and the ball comes across to Gavin. Gavin taking on Hamilton, still Gavin, and it's a corner kick. Yes, referee says free kick. Yes, Hamilton is adjudged to a foul. Gavin there. No, it's a corner. Referee. No, it's a free kick. No, it's not. Yes, it's a free kick. I was right first time. Referee has awarded a free kick. Thought he had. So it's Gavin with the kick for Bolton. So it's number 7, Gavin, to get the goal across for Bolton. And it's headed clear. Only as far as Jimmy Phillips. Phillips getting the ball back in. Back to Phillips once again. Phillips getting the ball back in. Elliott looking for the ball. And the ball breaking to number 8, Steve Thompson. Gets the ball wide for Elliott. Elliott gets the ball back inside. It's only as far as Thompson. Thompson intercepting for Bolton, but Thompson going down in pain there. Thompson, number 8, Steve Thompson, down in pain. And it's Wigan in possession now, coming forward. Hamilton to Jewell. And Thompson riding in pain there. So it's Chris Thompson for Wigan, getting the ball out wide to Paul Jewell. Jewell coming forward for Wigan, inside to Butler. Butler getting the ball through to Lowe. Lowe firing one in, and it goes into touch off the Bolton defence, and a throw to Wigan. But Steve Thompson getting up now, but still in some discomfort. So the throw's taken now by Wigan, and it goes back into touch yet again, and it's another throw to Wigan over on the far side of the field. But seems to be all right now and coming back into the game. So Cribley getting the ball forward for Wigan, looking for Jewell, intercepted by Kane to Joyce. But Wigan picking the ball up again and trying to find Coop. He knocks the ball back to Hamilton. Hamilton knocking it in. And it's Lowe. Lowe trying to get a shot in that Mike Salmon went down and covered nicely. So it's Salmon in the Bolton goal. A long kick forward, pumping the ball upfield. Elliott going for the ball with Butler, and it's breaking to Thompson. Thompson being fouled there by Hilditch, so it's a free kick to Bolton. And Warren Joyce quickly wanting to take the kick. And he leaves it for Bolton manager Phil Neal. So Neal knocks the ball forward to Elliott. And it goes into touch on the far side of the field for a throw to Bolton. And young Winstanley going across to take the throw for Bolton. To Thompson, back to Winstanley. Winstanley upfield to Colwell, to Elliott. But Beasley tidying up for Wigan there, getting the ball back to Tunks. Tunks knocking the ball forward. Came in well there. And Warren Joyce knocking a good ball out wide to Mark Winstanley. Unfortunately though, Mark Winstanley let it run too far and it goes into touch, and a throw to Wigan over on the far side of the field. But it's Cribley now for Wigan, knocking the ball back to Tunks. So Tunks bringing the ball to the edge of his area, knocking a long ball forward, intercepted by Darby. Good header by Darby to Thompson, to Gavin rather. Colwell going in, but foot raised. Referee says dangerous kicking, free kick to Wigan. So Gavin had trying to find Colwell there with a good ball. And number 8, Chris Thompson, putting the ball back to Tunks in the Wigan goal. So a long kick forward by Tunks. Intercepted by Kane, knocked back by Thompson, Chris Thompson that is, only as far as Salmon in the Bolton goal. So Salmon, the edge of his area this time, and a long ball forward, looking for Elliott. Elliott going for it, and Elliott getting it, trying to find Colwell, but tidied up by Beasley at the back there for Wigan, knocking it into touch, and a throw for Bolton over on the far side of the field. Young Winstanley going across, Mark Winstanley with the throw for Bolton. They're getting the ball to Colwell. Colwell getting it inside to Phillips, and It's a foul on Elliott there. Free kick to Bolton. And Gavin picking the ball up now, placing it on the spot where he wants to take it from. And number 4, Warren Joyce, also coming across. What can Bolton do now? So, with tactics here now with Joyce and Gavin, leaving it for Phillips. Phillips running over the ball and Gavin floating one in that goes just over the bar and to safety for Wigan. So, Roy Tunks with the goal kick for Wigan. Intercepted by Kame. Oh dear. Referee says free kick. Foul by Kame on low. So it's a free kick to Wigan just inside the Bolton half. So Cribley getting the ball forward for Wigan. And it's not a good ball. And it's intercepted by Gavin. Gavin not quite sure what he was doing with it there. And it comes to Winstanley. Winstanley gets it forward. Headed on by Elliott. But it's tidied up at the back there by Cribley. Puts the ball back to Tunks. Tunks knocking the ball forward. Intercepted by Neil to Hamilton. To Jewell. To Thompson. Back to Jewell. Offside. David Lowe offside. So it's a free kick to Bolton. Wigan caught offside. Linesman with the yellow trim, Mr. J. Blackmore. There's a judge that Wigan were offside there. So the kick's been taken quickly and it's Salmon kicking the ball upfield for Bolton. Intercepted by Paul Beasley, who got the ball across to Houston. Houston bringing the ball forward to find Lowe. Lowe gets it out wide. Hilditch puts it back to Butler, to Chris Thompson. Intercepted by Mark Winstanley. Good player, Winstanley. And a foul and a free kick to Bolton. So Mark Winstanley with the kick for Bolton. It's a long ball forward to Phillips. Phillips knocks one in. And the ball breaks with Hamilton tidying up at the back, putting it back to Roy Tunks. Tunks quickly kicking forward this time. A Low going in with Kame. Kame winning the ball and it breaks to Steve Thompson to Colwell. But I would have thought Colwell was fouled. The referee says no, play on. And it's Wigan in possession with Butler. Intercepted nicely by Joyce to Colwell. Colwell trying to get the ball out to Gavin, but it wasn't a good ball. And it's intercepted by Hamilton. Hamilton getting the ball wide, intercepted by Mark Kane for Bolton. And into touch and a throw, which Butler takes for Wigan to Cribley. Cribley bringing the ball forward. Cribley getting it out wide to Cook. Cook knocking one in quick, early ball in, but it's intercepted easily by Mike Salmon. And he bangs a quick early ball upfield for Elliott to chase, but it's asking a bit too much. And it's tidied up there by Cribley. Cribley gets it out wide to Butler. Butler gets it forward. And Winstanley in well. And it's Winstanley wins the throw. It's a throw into Bolton, which Mark Winstanley will take. So Winstanley to Colwell, back to Winstanley. Winstanley knocking it forward for Elliott, chased by Beasley. And he knocks it back quickly to Roy Tunks with Hamilton closing in quickly. So a long ball forward from Wigan, intercepted by Phil Neal. Hamilton, Gavin going in well. Warren Joyce came. Hamilton for Wigan to Cook. As far as Mark came steadying himself and knocking a good ball to Gavin. Good ball. So Gavin with the ball and Thompson out wide here, but Gavin loses possession. And the ball's knocked in for Jewell and it's tidied up nicely by Winstanley at the back. Improving with every game, young Mark Winstanley, in my opinion. Playing well. So it's a ball knocked upfield by Mike Salmon. And Oh, he says a foul. Tony Caldwell has foul. Wigan number 5, Cribbley. So it's a free kick to Wigan. The ball's headed on by Lowe, only as far as Phil Neal, who has no trouble at all tidying the ball up. And Salmon gives it back to Neal. And Neal knocks it forward. Elliott leaving it to Caldwell, but Caldwell are claiming handball. Referee says play on. So Roy Tunks knocking the ball forward for Wigan. Darby going in. Paul Cook knocking the ball forward for number 7 Lowe. So it's still Lowe for Wigan to Cook. Cook firing one in, tidied up by Thompson, but it's not tidied up proper. Cook getting it back in again, and Salmon making a good catch under pressure from number 10 Houston. And Cook, Salmon getting it to Warren Joyce. Joyce to Phillips. Phillips breaking for Bolton. Phillips out wide to Elliott. Good ball from Elliott. Elliott to Caldwell. Still Caldwell. Caldwell gets the ball out wide to Gavin. Bolton up in numbers here. Gavin getting down to the byline, and a corner kick to Bolton over on this side of the field. Gavin getting down to the byline, where he's normally very good down at the byline. So it's a corner kick to be taken by number 7, Mark Gavin. Gavin got it over. And it breaks to Phillips. Oh, but Phillips fired it too high there. If he'd have kept it down a bit, he might have scored. So it's a goal kick to Wigan. So it's a goal kick to Wigan now, and Tunks with the kick. Julian Darby went in well there, and Lowe is adjudged to a foul, so it's a free kick to Bolton, which Phil Neal will take for Bolton. Yes, Paul Cook not retiring 10 yards from the ball. So Neal now to take the kick for Bolton. Neal takes the kick, and Caldwell lets it run to Phillips. Phillips knocks it through to Elliott, who gets it back to Phillips, but Elliott back in again with a fierce shot, and a good save there from Wigan keeper Roy Tunks. Hard and low, all across the daisies. Good shot. And Tunks gets it forward. And a good header there from Winstanley, and it's into touch, and a throw to Wigan on the far side of the field with number 2 Butler. He gets it back to Cribbley, and the half-time whistle. Wigan 0, Bolton 0.
Announcements made for you regarding junior latics. The junior latics winning number this week is 1135. The winner of the junior latics.
Well, welcome back to the start of the second half here at this lovely autumn evening here at Springfield Park, and your cameramen this evening are Jeff Unsworth and Ian Unsworth, and your commentator Dave Higson. And a very good display here from the Oral Corps of Drums, so they leave the field. They've borrowed a big drum off Boys Brigade too. It's local BB off front. You see it? Boys Brigade. Just see it here with that lot drum. BB, Boys Brigade. The Lion. And Bolton take the field now for the start of the second half, and here come Wigan. Now let's hope it's an exciting encounter now, this second half. Conditions near perfect for what should be a good second half. Yeah. And it's Wigan to kick off now for the start of this second half. So here we go, and it's Chris Thompson for Wigan getting the ball forward, and it breaks to Ilditch, and Hamilton knocking the ball forward for Cook, but Julian Darby tidying up at the back for Bolton, and a throw into Wigan down near the corner flag over on the far side of the field. So it's Cook with the throw for Wigan. Number 11 Paul Cook to Jewell. Jewell getting round one man, again the ball across, and narrowly wide there. Houston going in, and the ball going narrowly wide there, and a let off for Bolton there. So it's a goal kick. So Mike Salmon knocking the ball forward for Bolton, and Colwell going in, but the ball breaking to Beasley. But Thompson getting the ball wide. Phillips can't get to it, but Butler tidies up for Wigan. He gets the ball forward. Came going in too hard there on David Lowe, so it's a free kick to Wigan, but halfway inside the Bolton half. So Cribley knocking the ball forward for Wigan, and the ball going wide, and to safety for Bolton. It's a Bolton goal kick. So Salmon preparing to take the kick for Bolton. So Mike Salmon knocking the ball forward, and Chris Thompson, the former Bolton player, knocking the ball forward, but Phil Neal trying to get the ball forward quickly for Elliott, but Elliott's own speed carried him offside, and it's a free kick to Wigan. Offside. So Wigan, Paul Beasley with the kick for Wigan now. Gets the ball forward, and Darby heading clear there for Bolton, and it's Thompson now for Bolton. Thompson, and a good ball to Elliott. Elliott breaking the offside trap nicely there, just holding on to the last minute, and Winstanley racing forward. Winstanley, good. Oh, he hit the ball too much power in the shot. He was trying to get actually a cross come shot, but he hit the ball too hard and over the top. So it's a goal kick to Wigan now, the Wigan keeper, Roy Tunks. Yeah, and it would appear that there's some Wanderers fans over on the far paddock there, but there doesn't appear to be any bother. After all, that's how it should be. And Mark Kame going in with the ball there to Lowe. Lowe trying to get the ball forward, intercepted nicely by Kame. Phil Neal to Colwell. Colwell heading in nicely to Elliott. Elliott moving the ball quickly to Thompson, who doesn't quite get it right, and the ball goes into touch. You're looking for Gavin, but he didn't find him. So it's Paul Cook with the throw for Wigan. Paul Cook putting the ball back to Hamilton, and Hamilton putting the ball back all the way back to Tunks in the Wigan goal. So Wigan with Butler. Butler banging the ball forward to Warren Joyce. Warren Joyce knocking it for. Warren Joyce doing well, but Butler again, and Joyce doing a lot of work here for Bolton now. Joyce getting the ball forward, looking for Gavin, but Hamilton going for it and tidying up, knocking the ball back to Roy Tunks, and Tunks knocking the ball back forward now for Wigan, intercepted by Winstanley. And in goes Winstanley again with a good ball to Colwell. Now Colwell holding the ball up, Colwell taking the ball forward, no support. Colwell gets the ball inside to Phillips, who lays it back to Joyce. Joyce puts it across to Neal. Bolton pressing now, Gavin. Elliott putting it back to Joyce. Joyce doing well, still Joyce, but Joyce fouled, yes. Free kick. Joyce doing well there, going past two players, and fouled on the second tackle. So it's a free kick to Bolton, just outside the Wigan penalty area. And we have Warren Joyce, Steve Thompson and Phil Neal, but Phil Neal shouting some instructions here. So Thompson floating the ball in for Bolton to Darby, but Wigan number 5 getting in quick there, Cribley clearing the danger under pressure. So it's a corner kick to Bolton over on this side of the field. Large following of Bolton supporters here again tonight, and in fine voice. So it's a corner kick now by Gavin, floated over to Phillips, who doesn't collect proper at all, and it breaks, and it's tidied up by Steve Thompson, who's looking for Gavin, only succeeds in putting it into touch, and it's a throw to Wigan halfway inside their own half. So it's Butler back to Lowe, back to Butler, and to Cribley. Cribley puts it back to Roy Tunks in the Wigan goal. He knocks the ball forward, intercepted by Winstanley. Came going in very well to Colwell, but Wigan breaking now. Chris Thompson out to Houston. Houston putting the ball forward to David Lowe. David Lowe floating one in, and Phil Neal getting it clear to Steve Thompson, who gets a good ball out to Gavin. Mark Gavin for Bolton now, steaming clear for Bolton. Full speed ahead, and Gavin goes there. Oh, doing well here, Gavin. He's going all the way. The ball breaks to Warren Joyce, but Joyce couldn't quite. Offside. And a free kick to Bolton. Yes. Good run there by Mike Gavin. Enterprising play there by Gavin. So it's a free kick to Bolton for offside. And Mark Came taking the kick, knocking the ball forward. Colwell going up, and the ball breaks to Elliott. Elliott in a good position here, gets in a good shot, and Hamilton going down. Bolton fans claiming handball, but the referee says no. And luckily it goes behind, and a lucky let off for Wigan. There's a goal kick. Bolton fans not pleased with the referee there. So, goal kick. Roy Tunks knocking the ball forward for Wigan. Headed on there, looking for Jewel, but intercepted nicely by Julian Darby. And the ball breaks to Houston for Wigan. And it's Butler. Butler gets it forward, and Lowe chasing, but the ball rolls into touch, and it's a throw to Bolton, midway inside Bolton's own half. So, referee wanting him to take the ball from the right place, so it's quickly taken. And it's Mark Came tidying up nicely at the back for Bolton, and it's Salmon in the Bolton goal with the ball now. So Salmon brings the ball to the edge of his area, knocks a long ball forward. Tony Colwell going for it, but doesn't time his jump right. Phillips goes in. And Wigan knocking a long ball clear, and David Lowe going for the ball, but Salmon racing out of his goals there and clearing the danger for Bolton. Elliott for Bolton now. Elliott getting the ball back to Phillips, Jimmy Phillips. Phillips knocking a long ball, but not a good ball. No. And it's only as far as Tunks in the Wigan goal. I think Phillips could have made a better ball than that. So, Mark Winstanley for Bolton now. Winstanley, but there's a foul, no doubt about that. So it's a free kick. And Houston the offender. Referee wants Winstanley to take the ball back a few yards. And he's in the right spot now. And a free kick. So Winstanley with the kick for Bolton. Gets it forward. Intercepted by Butler, who gets it into touch. So it's a throw into Bolton. But halfway inside the inside the Wigan half. So Jimmy Phillips with the throw for Bolton. Good throw. Trying to find Colwell, but Butler was very quick there. Butler intercepting well for Wigan. And a good ball too. Number 7, Lowe. Lowe streaking clear for Wigan now. Gets the ball back to Hilditch, who gets the ball to Hamilton. Gets the ball out wide. And it comes in. Oh, and Thompson. Number 8, Chris Thompson, left in acres of space there by the Bolton defence, and the ex-Bolton player made no mistake whatsoever. So it's Wigan 1, Bolton 0. Thompson 1, Bolton 0. But acres of space there in the Bolton defence. And here we go again. And Phillips with a good ball to Gavin, to Neil. Neil knocking it forward now for Elliott. Hamilton, Cook, Joyce for Bolton. Warren Joyce. Joyce holding the ball up nicely, knocking the ball inside for Elliott. Elliott going on his own. Elliott knocking it in for Joyce. Good move this. Ooh, excellent move, which Wigan defence did well to clear. So it's a corner kick to Bolton. So the ball's floated over now for Bolton, and Kame going in. Elliott puts it back in. But Jewell for Wigan, knocking a long ball clear and to safety, and a throw to Bolton. So Jimmy Phillips with the throw for Bolton. And the ball's tidied up at the back by Cribbley, who puts the ball back to Tunks. But number 8, Chris Thompson, left with acres of space there and scored easily. So Tunks with a long kick forward for Wigan. And Kame. But Wigan back in possession with Butler. Tidied up by Derby. To Elliott. Elliott coming forward for Bolton, trying to find Caldwell, but couldn't quite connect, and gets the ball to Houston. So it's Wigan. Jewell with a good ball. Chris Thompson finding acres of space in the defence now. Oh, number 2, dear me, what a bad defence. Ripped apart there by number 8 Thompson. Good play there by Thompson. Really good goal. So Wigan 2, Bolton 0. Wait. I know. Phil Neal knocking the ball forward for Bolton. And it's Houston now. Houston for Wigan. In the ball forward, and it's still Wigan in possession. And the ball breaking, we're only going as far as Salmon in the Bolton goal, but very, very good play by number 8 Thompson for Wigan. Split the Bolton defence wide open. Phillips. And the ball's breaking for Jewell, but intercepted by Winstanley, and a throw to Wigan. But Paul Jewell there having a kick at the Bolton player after the ball had gone, and the referee has awarded a free kick to Bolton, quite rightly. So Winstanley getting the ball forward. Jewell, and Jewell beat himself there then really. Well, Winstanley to Caldwell. Caldwell gets a good ball forward for Phillips. Jimmy Phillips now, still Phillips. Phillips trying to break clear, and it's into touch and a throw to Bolton, which Phillips will take. Phillips to Gavin. Gavin to Phil Neal. Phil Neal coming in now for Bolton. Phil Neal still coming. Phil Neal getting the ball out wide to Phillips, but Phillips a little bit slow then, slow to react. Winstanley in there. Oh dear me. Tonight's match referee, Mr. David Allison, wanting a word there with number 3 Winstanley, and his booking Winstanley for the foul. So Winstanley in the book. And here we have a substitution now. George Agani coming on. Jimmy Phillips. So Jimmy Phillips going off and George Agani coming on. Understandable really, with Bolton 2-0 down. They've got to get back in the game quick. So George Agani now on for Bolton. So tidied up at the back there by Neil, but alarming gaps in the Bolton defence at times tonight. And Salmon kicks the ball straight to Houston, and Wigan trying to get the ball forward for Wigan, but it's Derby for Bolton now. Back to Salmon. Salmon getting the ball across to Phil Neal. Phil Neal knocking it forward. Colwell. And yes, a foul on Elliott there by Butler, so a free kick to Bolton. Gavin wanting to retrieve the ball quickly. So Neil getting the ball to Gavin. Gavin coming through quick now for Bolton. Colwell trying to play a 1-2, but he's a little bit too slow. Oh, Colwell a bit fast asleep there. And Joyce getting the ball to Phil Neal. To Thompson, to Joyce, to Gavin. Gavin coming nicely, but Gavin running the ball too far and losing it. Steve Thompson going in too keen there on Houston, and a free kick to Wigan. Police escorting the Bolton fans there out of the paddock, but really a bit futile because we're now into the second half and they're just deciding to move on. Elliott to Agani. Agani knocking the ball up in the air. And it comes to Joyce. Joyce gets it forward with Agani chasing. Back to Joyce again. Warren Joyce doing very well there. Joyce going forward, but under pressure from Hilditch, the ball goes into touch. There's a throw to Bolton, which Joyce will take himself. Yes. Warren Joyce now leaves it for Mark Winstanley. Winstanley takes it to Gavin. Gavin back to Winstanley. Winstanley puts it in. And it breaks. Oh, it should have broke. Unlucky there. It didn't quite break for Colwell, with Thompson coming in fast. Bit unlucky that. But long kick from Tunks, headed on by Kane. Joyce to Elliott, out wide to Gavin. Gavin coming forward, getting the ball through to Colwell. Colwell trying to take on Cribley, but Cribley doing well and knocking the ball into touch. A throw to Bolton. So we have Phil Neal with the throw for Bolton to Thompson. He puts it back to Neal, back to Thompson. Thompson gets the ball in. And Jewell for Wigan now. Good ball by Jewell. Good ball by Jewell. Getting the ball to Wigan, Hilditch. Hilditch for Wigan. Hilditch coming forward. Still Hilditch. Doing well, getting the ball back to Butler. And Butler putting the ball in. And Jewell, Paul Jewell. And Agani getting the ball clear for Bolton too. Warren Joyce. Warren Joyce bringing the ball clear for Bolton. Trying to find Gavin, but not a good ball at all. Telegraphed. And in goes Lowe, number 7 Lowe for Wigan. And the ball goes into touch, and a throw to Bolton on the far side. Lowe couldn't keep it in, so it's a throw to Bolton, which Gavin now for Bolton. Handball, Gavin handball, so a free kick to Wigan. And David Hamilton just waiting to take the kick for Wigan now. So it's Wigan with the kick now, floating the ball in. And Mark Kame heading clear for Kame, doing excellent there for Bolton. Kame picking up his own ball and knocking it forward for Thompson. Thompson chasing, but Chris Thompson knocking the ball back for Wigan, back to Butler, and Butler's prepared to put the ball back to Roy Tunks. So Tunks gets the ball upfield to Kame. Kame gets it clear for Bolton. Phil Neal, and it's the ball's breaking, and it's Wigan back in possession again. Wigan seem to be getting the rebounds tonight. No, they're quickly picking them up. There's no doubt about it. Wigan picking up the rebounds because they're a little bit quicker to the ball than Bolton. So Houston getting the ball in. Houston again. Number 10 Houston getting the ball across for Wigan. Good cross, intercepted by Neal to Thompson to Agani. Agani now for Bolton. George Agani. Oh dear. Agani losing the ball, and it's Wigan back in possession. Houston, good ball. Thompson offside. But referee was splitting hairs there. You can't see that one. So Salmon with a long kick forward. And Wigan back in possession again. Houston. Jewell. To Lowe. To Thompson. Across to Hamilton. Hamilton putting the ball out wide there. Good ball. Wigan pulling Bolton apart now. And Lowe, number 7 Lowe. Lowe firing in a shot which Derby does well to clear. Julian Derby doing well there. And it's a corner to Wigan, but Wigan pulling Bolton apart at this moment. So the corner's taken quickly, fired in, and Derby heading clear. Agani, Colwell, good header by Colwell to Joyce. Elliott to Joyce. Oh, but he put it straight back at Joyce's feet, and actually Joyce had run past the ball there. So it's Winstanley for Bolton, and into touch, and a throw into Wigan. So, number 2 Butler with the throw for Wigan. He gets the ball forward to Houston. He fires one in. Gets a good crossing. And Lowe trying a shot on the turn there, which Salmon collected easily. And a long kick forward for Tony Colwell. Colwell winning the ball. And oh, Agani stealing through. Oh, the ball breaks to Agani, but Agani's now offside. And free kick to Wigan. So the ball's back with Roy Tunks now in the Wigan goal. Wigan quite understandably taking things easy now. Tunks knocking a long ball upfield. And Winstanley as a judge to a foul Jewell, so it's a free kick to Wigan. Rolling ball, but it's taken, and it's a free Jewell in possession for Wigan. And Winstanley getting the ball forward. Butler. Jewell doing well for Wigan tonight. And a good tackle there off Mark Winstanley, getting the ball into touch. But Butler with the throw for Wigan now. But duel. And a corner into touch off Winstanley, so it's a corner to Wigan, but Bolton with an uphill task now. Always a lot of local pride at stake in these matches between Bolton and Wigan, and tonight Wigan are winning up to now. That's not a good kick, but luckily it breaks clear for Wigan again, and it's Wigan still in possession, firing the ball back in. And a good header there from Thompson, and going narrowly wide, and thankfully for Bolton, a goal kick. So Salmon firing the ball forward for Bolton. Colwell going up, but Wigan winning the half balls tonight. Determination from Wigan, and Bolton will have to fight hard now. Butler back to Cribley. Cribley puts it back to Tunks. Wigan prepared to play about with it now, but Bolton will have to come at them now. Tunks getting the ball upfield. Came to Colwell. Warren Joyce doing well, but Joyce being held. Still Joyce. Good run from Joyce, and a good ball out to Gavin. Gavin getting the ball into Agani. Agani laying it back to Neil. Neil putting it back to Joyce. Warren Joyce to Gavin. Agani. Gavin. Good play by Gavin. But it's into touch and a throw into Bolton, which Gavin takes quickly and gets the ball to Agani. Agani gets the ball over, but it's cleared by Butler. Neil, Joyce, Thompson for Bolton. Well, good ball by Thompson to Gavin. Gavin trying to get the ball forward to Colwell, but it was to no one actually. Bolton looking a bit brighter now. And the ball goes into touch and a throw to Bolton.
Got an announcement for Paul Anthony Kenner. Paul Anthony Kenner.
Winstanley with the throw for Bolton, and it goes into touch again off the Wigan defence, and a throw which Winstanley will take again. Winstanley getting it forward, and it's a Bolton ball again, and Winstanley once again. Winstanley this time with a long throw forward, but it's intercepted by Wigan number 5, only as far as Warren Joyce. Joyce getting the ball to Neil. Neil getting it to Gavin. Gavin letting it run, trying to go around Hamilton, but Gavin slipping at the final moment, and the ball going into touch, and a throw into Wigan. Low for Wigan now. And the ball knocked all the way back to Roy Tunks in the Wigan goal. Tunks with a long kick upfield. Winstanley to Butler. And Phil Neal now knocking the ball back to Salmon. And Mike Salmon's going to have to do one of these long kicks now to get Bolton going, which he does. And George Agani going for the ball. Tony Colwell. Thompson doing well there for Bolton. Elliott, and it's sky ball at the moment, and the ball's got back to Tunks in the Wigan goal, but Bolton not being able to penetrate tonight. But Roy Tunks there with the kick upfield, headed out by Kim to Winstanley. Winstanley knocking the ball forward, chased by Elliott, and Cribley tidying up and getting the ball clear. But came with an excellent header to Colwell. But Chris Thompson getting the ball back to Hamilton for Wigan. Hamilton knocking the ball forward to Lowe. But a nice header there by Neil to Steve Thompson. Thompson to Elliott. Elliott to Agani. George Agani clear on this side of the field. George Agani brought down by Butler, and a free kick to Bolton, which Agani takes quickly to Warren Joyce. Joyce coming in. Joyce trying a shot. Good shot! Brilliant! Brilliant goal there. Number 4, Warren Joyce, with a pass from George Agani. ripped a great hole into the Wigan defence there, and an excellent shot. Wigan 2, Bolton 1. That's a bit better, that's more like it. Yes. A quickly taken free kick there by George Agani, caught everyone unawares, and Warren Joyce stole right through and cracked in a fierce shot there, which Roy Tunks had no chance. So it's Wigan on the ball again, and Phil Neal now. Can Bolton claw their way back into this game? After a reasonably good first half, Wigan got on top, but that was a good goal, there's no doubt about that. So it's a throw to Bolton over on the far side of the field, and the Bolton supporters now awake. Gavin and Julian Darby tidying up for Bolton at the back. And Mike Salmon now banging the ball forward for Bolton. There's no doubt about it, with Agani on the field, there's more skill up front. And with Colwell, Elliott and Agani, I would think that surely is Bolton's best attacking formation. But that's only my opinion. So, there's Salmon in the Bolton goal, knocking the ball forward. Colwell, back to Thompson. Thompson coming through, but unluckily losing the ball there with a good tackle from Wigan number 3, Hilditch. Hilditch getting the ball to Houston. Wigan coming forward now to Jewell. We have a good match in our hands here now. To Thompson for Wigan. Thompson puts the ball out wide and finds Hamilton. Hamilton knocks the ball forward to Lowe. Lowe with an excellent header to Cook. And Cook gets in a good cross which comes to Jewell, but Darby does well, getting the ball to Neil. Neil to Gavin. Gavin getting the ball, but not getting it clear. And Hilditch knocking the ball into touch, and it's a throw to Bolton over on the far side of the field. Thompson on George Agani chasing now, but Wigan knocking the ball back to Roy Tunks in the Wigan goal. So Roy Tunks knocking a long ball forward for Wigan. Intercepted by Mark Kane to number 10, Houston. And it's Houston again. And Butler knocking the ball forward to no one, only Mark Kane. And Mark Kane lets the ball run into touch, and a goal kick to Bolton. Yeah. So a long kick forward. And Agani heads on, but unfortunately finds no one. And Butler tidies up nicely for Wigan, back to Roy Tunks. So Tunks with a long kick forward now for Wigan. Darby heading clear for Bolton, only as far as Hamilton. To Lowe. Jewell. Good header from Neil. To... Oh, Paul Jewell breaking clear, but a good tackle, excellent tackle from a good defending there from Mark Kane. And gets the ball to Elliott, to Thompson for Bolton. Thompson doing well, Thompson getting a good ball forward, which Colwell will chase, but it's always too far in front of Colwell. And the ball's knocked back to Tunks in the Wigan goal. So, Tunks, more urgency about this game now. Kane. Jewell, Paul Jewell for Wigan to Houston. Tidied up by Julian Darby for Bolton too, with a good ball to Gavin. Now, Gavin trying to get Colwell clear, but what a wasted ball. Really, with a player with the skill that Gavin's got, should have gone through with the ball there. So the ball goes back to Tunks in the Wigan goal. And a long kick upfield by Tunks. So Houston With a good tackle there from Winstanley. And it's a throw to Wigan, down near the Bolton corner flag. So Butler with the throw now for Wigan. To Jewell. Jewell having a good game for Wigan tonight. There's no doubt about that. Number 9, Jewell, getting the ball inside. And it's Houston, but tying himself in a knot and getting the ball back to Hilditch. He gets it to Butler. Hilditch again. And Jewell. Houston. And there's space appearing again in the diving for a penalty. Referee says no, so Bolton in possession, bringing the ball clear, and Caldwell for Bolton. Good ball. Warren Joyce with an excellent ball out to Gavin. Now Gavin coming clear for Bolton. Gavin with the, oh dear me, Georgia Garner screaming for the ball there. And Roy Tunks in possession for Wigan. So it's a long kick upfield by Tunks, but that was a good break by Bolton. And into touch, and a throw to Bolton now. Bolton can still save this game. So Mark Kane back to Salmon. To Phil Neal. Phil Neal gets the ball forward. And Hamilton to Steve Thompson for Bolton. Thompson tries to find Agani. Agani going in for the ball. Gets his head to the ball, but it breaks. And Julian Darby getting the ball forward. Gavin, a good ball inside to Elliott. Elliott trying to turn his man and goes behind, and a goal kick. But unlucky there, Elliott, trying to turn his man. 4,896 present at Springfield Park. Not a good gate by local derby standards, but considering it's Friday night, not a bad gate. So Thompson getting the ball forward for Bolton. Darby to Caldwell. Elliott, excellent ball out for Gavin. Gavin covering a lot of ground now for Bolton, getting through a lot of work. Gavin, oh, good play by Gavin. Oh, unlucky. Tried to get the ball inside to Caldwell, but the Wigan defence did well under pressure there, getting the ball clear. But such a delightful player, Gavin, when he does them sort of things. So Gavin with the kick for Bolton. Gavin getting the ball over. Got clear by the Wigan centre half, only as far as Neal. Neal gets it back to Thompson for Bolton. Thompson fires a long ball wide, and it comes out to Warren Joyce. Warren Joyce getting the ball over. Ogani going for the ball. Mark Winstanley chipping one over the top of the defence for Caldwell, and it breaks to Elliott. Elliott and Caldwell going for this. Elliott, Caldwell going in, and Wigan getting the ball clear under pressure, and it breaks to Wigan now, and it's Paul Jewell with a good ball, offside. David Lowe, number 7 David Lowe, had gone too far forward and offside, but Bolton trying to do a lot better. They're getting Wigan under pressure, and Wigan breaking there with a quick break. So it's Warren Joyce now to Neal, Phil Neal, out wide to Mark Kane. Mark Kane to George Agani. But it breaks. Phil Neal coming in for Bolton. Phil still, about Wigan. Warren Joyce. Thompson. Steve Thompson. Chips one over. Good ball to Agani. Agani trying to go forward with it, but Agani going down. Crowd claiming penalty, referee says play on. And Agani went down, and it breaks to Julian Darby. But Julian Darby doesn't get the ball clear, and David Lowe and Darby are going for the same ball. And Darby has to foul Lowe in the end, and it's a free kick to Wigan. Rather harshly, I thought there, but nevertheless, referee said a foul. So it's a free kick to Wigan. Referee telling Wigan to hurry up with the kick now. About 5 minutes remaining of this game. And number 7, Lowe, left in acres of space yet again with a free header, but the winger couldn't get his header on target. It's a Bolton player and goes behind for a corner. It's a few holes in this Bolton defence at times. It's Wigan taking the time now, and it's Paul Cook with the corner kick for Wigan. Referee telling him to hurry up with the kick. And Cook getting it across. Jewell with a free header. Got clear by Came to Houston. Neil. Now can Bolton save this game? Gavin. Winstanley. Time dying out. Bolton have to fight hard for the equaliser now. And Elliott chasing. And the ball into touch. And a throw to Bolton. Oh! Referee says the other way. Dear me. A bit unbelievable, that. So, I do believe he's give a free kick. Yes. So, Thompson getting the ball forward for Bolton. So, Gavin. Yes, free kick. Gavin foul. So, free kick to Bolton, with Bolton fighting desperately to get back in the game now in these dying minutes. Could they still save this game? So, it's a free kick to Bolton now. And the ball's floated over. And in goes Joyce. Oh dear, there were so many players there, and the ball breaks to Winstanley. Winstanley gets it back to Derby. Derby fires it forward, and it breaks for Warren Joyce. Warren Joyce for Bolton. Yes, corner ball, and it's a corner kick to Bolton now with time running out. Warren Joyce doing well for Bolton tonight. Joyce to Gavin. Gavin getting the ball over. Ooh. Thompson firing one back. Oh dear, and it's into touch with Bolton putting the players under pressure. Gavin racing for the ball now. Gavin racing to get the ball, and he's had to go halfway up the bank in here to get it back over. So number 7, Gavin with the throw for Bolton to Joyce. Back to Gavin. Gavin chips one in. Oh yes, foul, penalty, no! Oh dear me! Oh dear me! Oh, what a bad decision. Phil Neal getting the ball in. Agani. So, oh dear, unbelievable. It's happening again. So, Salmon. There's no doubt about that, again, he went down. So, referee looks at his watch now with Phil Neal knocking the ball forward to Colwell. Colwell getting it inside to Thompson. Thompson making a complete boo-boo of it there. And it breaks to Joyce with a good ball out wide. Gavin. Elliott. Winstanley. Winstanley in. Winstanley trying to get it back. And another corner for Bolton. Bolton pressing hard with time dying out now. Not a lot of time left, but exciting last few seconds. If only Bolton could have shown this sort of aggression earlier, they wouldn't have been in this position. So, Gavin with the cross now. Oh dear, referee says free kick. Oh dear. Beasley down here now, with time running out. Oh, he's up again, he's all right. He's running about like a little lad here. Full marks to Wigan now for a thoroughly entertaining game, which Wigan are just coming out on top at the moment. And Roy Tunk's getting the ball forward now. Referee looking at his watch again. Thompson. Neil forward for Agani. And Cook. with a wild clearance for Wigan, which Derby only heads into touch, and a throw to Wigan over on the far side of the field. So it's Thompson now for Wigan. Thompson had a good game for Wigan tonight. Thompson's still trying hard to get Wigan moving. To a good ball to Cook, but it runs into touch and a throw to Bolton. Can't be long now. Referee looking at his watch. And Paul Jewell firing into the crowd there, and a throw to Bolton. So it's Phil Neal with the throw for Bolton. Yeah, and that's time. Wigan 2, Bolton 1. Thoroughly entertaining game, but Bolton cheated there with a late decision when it looked like a penalty when again it was brought down.
Man of the match once again, David Lowe, Wigan Athletic, the crowd 4,986. Thank you.
You know you want this.
I didn't speak and listen to that big day.